Hello, everybody, and I hope you're having a blessed day. Um, there's something I want to talk to you about today, and it's very serious. I hope you will share this video. I hope you'll give it a thumbs up because, in giving it a thumbs up, it gets pushed up more and more people will see it. And I heard on the news the other day that 40% of the population will die of starvation. Now, I know there's a lot of you out there that are really depending on a garden. I haven't really talked much about gardens because, I've always said, well, I can't really grow one. But I also want you to understand it's one of those things I think that they will outlaw. And I mean that seriously. You say they won't do it, well, they already have in many states. And there is no law that protects you to grow your own food. And without a protection to protect you, they can outlaw it. And so I believe that they're going to. And I feel that a lot of people that think that they're going to be able to rely on a garden to feed their families are going to find out they won't be able to. Now, you may not think that'll happen, and you may be prepared or something, or say you have enough food. I don't know. I know that me, and a lot of people that I know, we don't have that kind of money to store that kind of food. We just don't have it. And there's a whole lot more people that are that way in this country. They don't have that kind of money. And so they're stuck. Now, I'm going to do other videos in the future, and I'm going to label them eggs, storing eggs, how you can cook an egg to make it stretch so that you can feed more people. And I'm going to go through a lot of different things that way. And so I hope you'll, watch the videos. I don't feel we have a lot of time, so I'm going to try to get the information out there because I think things are going to fall apart. And it doesn't have anything to do with who's in the office because I don't care who's in the office, this is coming. It doesn't matter. And so that's what I mostly want to talk to you about. You've got me, for instance. At one point, I was wholehearted organic, everything organic. My pocketbook couldn't afford it. It didn't take me but a couple of weeks to realize that if I kept going that way, I wasn't going to have enough money to pay my bills. So I had to make a lot of serious choices. Now, there's certain things, when it came to peanut butter, I would only buy peanut butter that, was peanuts and salt and nothing else in it. Now, when it comes to greens like mustard greens, turnip greens, and spinach that's organic, there's not a huge difference in price in that and supposedly the ones that they can use pesticides on. But there is definitely a huge difference in price on certain vegetables. Potatoes is one of them. Even garlic that's organic is much higher than regular garlic at the store. Carrots can be much pricier. Cauliflower, broccoli. There's a lot of organic vegetables that can really eat away at a person's pocketbook, and you won't be able to afford it. I mean that seriously. So what I've done in my particular case is when I say grace, the Lord knows what I eat. I try to eat as healthy as possible. And so I ask the Lord, if there's anything in this food that I'm about to put in my mouth that is not good, Lord, then you cleanse it from all of those impurities so that it does not affect me. And I believe He honors that because I try to do the best that I can. And that would be my advice for anybody out there that's, not going to be able to get their hands on organic because they just will not be able to afford it. Now, another problem that I see is what I call picky eaters. There's lots of them. I married one, used to be, not anymore. He's learned to eat whatever is served in front of him. And a lot of things that he would swear off and would never touch before, he's enjoying it now, says he actually likes it. But I still have some friends that have extremely picky eaters for husbands, and I don't know what they're going to do when everything falls apart. But then I don't think they really believe anything's going to happen, and so I don't think they're that worried about it. But there's going to be families that are going to have some serious issues when, if all they can put on the table is a plate of broccoli or a plate of spinach, and they've got kids who think that the vegetables that they can eat, or the most vegetable that they will eat, is maybe corn. And so I don't know. I don't know how to tell you to fix that problem. You know, what we had growing up, we were, my parents never argued with us when it came to food. The food was put on our plate. We ate it or we didn't. But we didn't get anything else. That was it. You eat this or else. I remember many a time, going back to my mom as a young girl and saying, well, I'm hungry. And she'd say, well, there's more cornbread in the kitchen. There's more white beans. And I'd say, well, I don't want that. And she'd say, well, then you're not hungry enough, because if you get hungry enough, you'll eat it. And she's right. And so my parents had no problem telling us, you're not eating because you're hungry. You're just eating for the heck of eating. And there was some truth in that, because we were never allowed any kind of cereals, sweet type cereals. Oatmeal, yes. And we were allowed, and it was not instant, and we were allowed a spoon of sugar over the top of it. There was no milk in it, no nothing. And so, oatmeal is cheap, folks. Pretty darn cheap. And, I asked myself, what will people do if, they wake up one day and they go to the store and they see shelf after shelf. I mean, just empty, completely empty. I mean, we're having problems getting eggs in our area. There was 2 boxes of 5 dozen count. That was it. No 12 count, no 18 count, no nothing. So what are we going to do? What do we do if we're faced with this kind of a situation? And then you can't grow your own food. This is something that we really need to stop and think and take very, very seriously. Because I think, I've known a few people that are putting away food, and they kind of think that they're going to eat the same way as they did before. Well, I don't think so. Because let's face it, if you got up and you could not get your hands on bacon or sausage, or eggs, what would you eat for breakfast? There is a lot of people out there that have no chickens, none, zero. So if they could not get eggs or bacon or sausage, what would they eat for breakfast? What if you go in the store, there's so many people, let go of my Eggo. I mean, that's what they serve, frozen Eggos or frozen pancakes. Well, I can tell you folks, those are going to be the first things that go flying off the shelf in bad situations. They already are. Different states have shortages on different things. I have a family member that's a truck driver that tells me all the time, guess what? Over here they don't have this. Over here in this state they don't have that. You can't find this. You can't find that. He's already told me that, TP is a problem. There's stores that don't have it already. He's telling me that in some stores you have to buy a 2 18 count. You cannot buy, they're like, saran wrapped together, plastic wrapped together, the 2 18 counts, and that's the way you have to buy them. You can't buy it single. And so we have to say to ourselves, seriously, what are we going to do? What if you got kids that, most of the people today, not all, don't take this the wrong way, but it's instant oatmeal. Well, that's expensive. Oatmeal is a cheap food, and it's a food that's good for you. It is. And maybe if that's all you can afford to put away, maybe put some little extra oatmeal away. But we need to stop and think, what seriously are we going to do I mean, if we go to the store and there is no meat, grass-fed meat, oh boy, everybody thinks, that's the best, but what if you can't even find beef? And personally, you're better off buying lamb than grass-fed beef, because lamb is far superior for you than beef is. And not only that, lamb is automatically grass-fed because it's all they can eat. They can only eat grass, they can't eat corn. Okay, so you don't have to worry about them pulling a fast one on you when it comes to feeding the animal corn, because sheep can't eat the corn. They get sick and die from corn. So you're better off going that route. But I'm going to, like I said, do some videos. I hope you'll tell your friends and everybody. And don't get me wrong, there may be things in there that you already know, but you're going to come across things that I'm going to tell you that you did not know. Because what you're seeing in this video is what our future holds. And you're going to have to really stop and think about, what if I can't get eggs? What if I can't? What if I can't get sausage or bacon at the store for breakfast? What am I going to do? Eat pancakes every day? We have to stop and think. We have to eat something healthier for us than pancakes, whether we like it or not. Oatmeal in a bowl with just sugar on top of it, a small spoon of sugar, doesn't sound that appetizing to a whole lot of people, but it's far healthier for you and better for you than pancakes are for breakfast. So we have to stop and think, and that's the videos that I'm going to do. I'm going to cover those kind of topics and what things you can do. For instance, pinto beans are far cheaper than any other bean, at least in my area they are. And you may end up having nothing but a bowl of beans for breakfast. You may be very grateful for them in the end. At least I hope you are. And that's some of the things that I'm going to cover, what you can do even when it comes to beans, oatmeal, and different things, and how you can stretch it out further. And how you can do it where it serves more people. And even foods. What you can do to help yourself a couple extra months or something inexpensively. And oatmeal is one of those ways to do it. Oatmeal is very inexpensive. Just regular plain oatmeal. Nothing fancy. Big container. Will feed a lot of people for a long time. And so if all you've got is $2 and something, store some oatmeal. At least it's something to eat. If all you got is $5 extra, $6 extra, store some pinto beans. Because if all you have for the whole week is oatmeal and pinto beans, well, like my mother used to say, thank God you've got that. And thank Him for it. And don't grumble and complain. And it may not be the best thing, but it's food. And it'll keep you from starving. And so I hope you'll stay tuned for other videos I have. I'm going to give you lots of ideas of things you can do, like, making even your own fats for cooking, ways to do your dishes that will save you a ton of water, because water is going to be an issue for you to get. Best ways, how can you store your eggs? Some of the best ways to do it and stretch out your eggs. Different things that, did you know you can make your own sausage even from pork that you buy at the store? Yes, you can. And so there's different things I'm going to do, and I hope you will stay tuned for those. And just keep praying, folks, because I don't think any of us have really thought, because so many people out there are preparing. I mean, they're stocking and storing like crazy and thinking, oh, this will do me, this will get me through. No, it won't. No, it won't. If you got a whole freezer full of bacon, sausage, and, have you, stocked up your entire refrigerator with eggs? Well, what are you going to do for breakfast and lunch? Dinner. So, I'm going to make videos in the future covering some of that and some of the things that you can do that, like I said, I hope will help you. And share them and listen to them, because you may know some of the things I'm going to put out there, but there may be a whole lot that you don't. So, God bless, and stay tuned for more, and have a blessed day.